Ladies and gentlemen, cast your eyes upon this object. Just look at it. Take a moment to really absorb what you were seeing. Is it a spaceship from a 1950s sci-fi movie with a budget of $10? Is it a toaster that achieved sentience and decided to see the world? Is it a festive Christmas ornament that fell off the tree, grew wheels, and rolled away to find its fortune? No. This, believe it or not, was the absolute height of German automotive ambition in 1952. Meet the Fuldamobil N2. It is shiny, it is round, it has 3 wheels, and it is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most ridiculous thing ever allowed to possess a license plate. We usually associate German engineering with precision, with power, with the Autobahn. Think Mercedes, think Porsche, think serious men in lab coats holding clipboards and nodding sternly at wind tunnels. But after World War II, Germany was a bit short on cash, steel, and, let's be honest, sanity. They needed to get a population moving again, but nobody could afford a real car. The solution was the Kleinwagen, the microcar. And out of the town of Fulda came this. They called it the Fuldamobil, which to the English ear sounds less like a car and more like a prescription medication for an upset stomach. You can almost hear the commercial. Ask your doctor if Fuldamobil is right for you. Side effects may include nausea, cramped knees, and severe public humiliation. Let's talk about the bodywork, shall we? You will notice it has a certain texture, a distinct kitchen utensil vibe. That is because the 1952 N2 wasn't stamped by massive robotic presses in a high-tech factory. Oh no, that would be too easy. This car is made of aluminum sheets hammered by hand over a wooden frame. I am not making this up. It is basically a rolling cello case wrapped in tinfoil. The finish is raw, hammered aluminum. It looks like the bottom of your grandmother's favorite soup pot after 50 years of making stew. This implies a very specific maintenance routine. You don't wax a Fuldamobil, you scrub it with a Brillo pad and hope for the best. And because the frame underneath is wood, you have unique maintenance issues. If you hit a pothole too hard, you didn't go to a mechanic, you went to a carpenter. Termites were not just a pest, they were a legitimate road safety hazard. Now, the marketing brochures, which I assume were written by optimists on heavy sedatives, claimed this was a family car. Let's test that theory. To fit a family in here, you would need a very specific type of family. Perhaps a family of Cirque du Soleil contortionists, or perhaps garden gnomes. The doors open backwards in the suicide door style, which is fitting because looking at the safety features makes you want to give up on life. If you put 2 adults in the front, you are going to be very, very good friends by the end of the trip. There is no concept of personal space in the Fuldamobil. It's a vehicle designed to save a marriage or end it immediately. And the back seat? Yes, there is a bench in the back. It is approximately the size of a bookshelf. You could put 2 children back there, provided they have no legs and possess the stoicism of a monk. Despite the cramping, the N2 had a secret weapon, a party trick that would make a Rolls-Royce blush. The seats fold down to create a flat surface. Yes, the Fuldamobil was marketed as a camper. The idea was that you could drive to the Alps, park your aluminum egg, fold the seats down, and sleep inside. Imagine the romance. You, your spouse, the smell of 2-stroke oil, and the gentle sound of the aluminum cooling down while you try to sleep on a wooden frame disguised as upholstery. It's the Love Shack if the Love Shack was designed by IKEA on a budget of 0. Now let's discuss performance. Under the hood, actually under the rear because physics is just a suggestion to these people, sits the engine. It is a 360cc Fichtel & Sachs engine. For those of you who don't speak gearhead, 360cc is not a car engine, it's a lawnmower engine that went to community college. It produces an earth-shattering, neck-snapping 9.5 horsepower. 9.5. My blender has more torque. Top speed was theoretically 50 miles per hour, but doing 50 in this feels like re-entering the Earth's atmosphere in a trash can. The noise is deafening. The vibration rearranges your internal organs. It's not driving, it's an ordeal. And the handling? Well, look at the wheels. 2 at the front and 2 very, very close together at the back, acting as 1. It technically has 4 wheels, but the taxman counted it as 3, which saved you money. However, this wheel layout meant that if you took a corner too fast, the car would assume the position of a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. The negative scrub radius steering meant it was surprisingly stable in a straight line, provided the wind wasn't blowing. If a semi-truck passed you, the aerodynamics of the egg shape meant you would simply be sucked into its wheel well and never seen again. But despite all this, the noise, the wood rot, the lack of speed, the fact that it looks like a tea kettle, it was a success. Why? Because it was better than walking, and it was better than a motorcycle because it had a roof. It kept the rain off your head. It was freedom, a very slow, loud, shiny freedom. It's easy to laugh at the Fuldamobil N2 today. It looks like a cartoon character that looks like something a toddler drew. But in 1952, this was the future.